show. We just watched the trailer.
Well, the
what is it
poster,
called?
The motion poster for the Superman trilogy.
And it passed the nipple test. My nipples are hard. That got my chicken skin. Yep. The music.
It was like a combination of like the Hans Zimmer and John Williams music together.
They got something right.
I
They're off to a good start.
Good start.
And so are we.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
I love this music.
Welcome to the show. All right. I got my Wolverine anime shirt on.
Yep.
It's been a minute, like the kids say. I feel like starting the show like what's his name? Dr. Evil sometimes from Austin Powers. Yeah. So what's happening?
There's so much happening. To the audience, they don't know that it's been a while, but because we've had episodes out and we had clips out and like a lot of stuff and a lot of new people.
Let's I know.
10,000 subscribers.
I'm happy about that. Go ahead, press the applause button for myself.
There it is.
Oh, you hear it?
That's wonderful.
It's great. Let's, I like to go break down the fourth wall. They've been watching new episodes because we had a couple in the bag.
Yeah.
Because I had to go on vacay with the family. I was over in I was in Florida. I think people knew I was going away. I went to my in-laws' house. It's over by the sponge docks over there. And then after we went there, we drove a couple hours. We spent like a week with them. And then which was kind of chill, like by the beach, just relaxing. I didn't go to the beach.
Kids too, or just the way?
Oh, no, my wife, my three daughters. So we were by my in-laws' place over there. Very chill. Got in my VR, hung out, had a good time. It's worked out with my wife and kids. Relaxing week. And then we went to Universal. We did the Disney thing at night. Fun. I was supposed to go to Korea. That's why I was hinting where I was going. I do a show that, if people don't know, it's on YouTube. Dana White Looking for a Fight. Myself, Dana White, Dean Thomas. We go looking for upcoming talent for the UFC, and we do some fun stuff while we're in that town, city, or whatever. So, so it got canceled because South Korea is on lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Martial law, yeah.
So I thought I was going on a plane for 15 hours. Instead, we did an episode in Tampa. It's not out yet. We did some wacky stuff. It's going to be fun as hell when it is. I'll let people know when it is.
And then you come back and you see all the drones.
And then what's going on, man?
You see all those drones?
What is happening?
They don't really know. Nobody really knows what it is. It's like one of like three things, and all three of them are pretty scary.
When we're going to catch up today. Yeah. We're going to catch up, and we're going to talk about two movies. I seen two movies. One I seen when I was away, and I had such a great experience with this, and that's Gladiator II.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you my thoughts on that. I'll give you a hint, though. Pleasantly surprised. Yeah. Pleasantly surprised.
I'm surprised that were surprised. I thought you were going into that one excited about it.
I was excited about it, but I was unsure.
Mm-hmm.
I was unsure, and I want to get all into it. But when I get into it, I'm not going to get out of it. So let's talk about that in a second. I can't wait.
Sure.
I had a very enjoyable experience.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about the whole experience. And also, last night with the family, we watched Red One.
I can guess how you felt about that movie.
You could guess, but I'm not gonna tell you that yet.
Not yet. But you want me to guess?
To keep you in suspense. Yeah.
I think because you saw it on the streaming service, you didn't go to the theater. I think you had a fun time with it.
I think you fucking know me by now.
Yeah.
I think you know me by now. I'm going to get into both of them. I'm in a fucking upbeat mood. I'm happy to be back. I started the day driving here, and I do this with my firstborn all the way going to the school and back. Sometimes it takes like 20 minutes to get to my school. We like to listen to some Christmas music. Yeah. So I've been listening to Annie Lennox and Al Green. Put a little love in your heart.
Oh, Scrooge style.
What a fucking song. I plan on singing it next week with Dean Thomas, so. Well, I told him. I go, Dean. Dean. I like these. I can't sing that song.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, thank you.
I don't think they'll recognize it.
There was times when I was trying to do that on UFC Unfiltered, and they're like, "Well, you can't sing the whole." I go, "What?"
I think you can sing.
He gave me some shit. Really? Maybe I just think Jimmy said that because he doesn't.
Maybe
like
don't want
to
hear you sing.
I don't think they want me singing on.
Yeah.
In this bitch, I do whatever I like.
That's right. It's your playhouse.
What else? Oh, so I'm driving here. I'm listening to my Christmas music. I go to 7-Eleven. I give you a call, see if you want your coffee. You're off the caffeine this morning?
I had enough. My head would explode.
Oh, I like to get out of my fucking mind.
Yeah.
So, and I'm there, and I see a gentleman. Sometimes in Long Island, I get, well, how about this? A lot of times I get a lot of love.
Yeah. In Long Island?
Is that proper English? A lot of times I get a lot of love.
Sure.
I get a lot of love around Long Island.
Yeah.
So then there was, a nice gentleman there, and he was like, Matt, he was nice.
Yeah.
And he watches the fights. And then he brought up my GSP fight, who
nice.
I promise you,
I
promise you, will be on the show early next year. It sounds weird when I say next year. It's next month. I'm going to get him on.
Yeah.
We talked. The guy's a busy man, and we talked. He's like, I go, look, no rush. We're going to get you on. And, because anytime I see somebody, they bring up that fight.
Of course.
And what do I always say?
I whooped his ass.
No, you son of a bitch. I don't say that. I love George. I always say the same thing. Don't watch the rematch. And they always laugh. Oh, So the guy was like, the guy didn't know what to say. So I like to, you know what I always say. I say a lot of things.
Yes.
So I don't expect you to know what I'm going to say.
Find your superpower.
I do say that. I'm loving that. That's going to be my new, that is my new thing.
I told you. You gave me shit about it.
You never let, people want to know my advice for upcoming fighters and in general. And I said this before and I'll say it again. And I'm not taking credit for it because I heard it somewhere. I don't know where the fuck I heard it, but once it resonated with me. You never let a win get to your head or a loss get to your heart. Write that down, Christian. Don't write it down.
I did. I wrote it down.
That's a little Van Wilder.
It's a good one.
Thing there.
But that was nice. So did the guy buy you coffee?
Nah, he didn't do shit. But he gave me some compliments. He made me feel good. And then I get to the office. I see my buddy Christian.
Yeah, that's right.
And what do I got? I got guilt because I didn't get him anything yet. But I got him something coming. It's a fucking gi. A gi and a guilt trip. I have you two things, a gi and a fucking guilt.
I got the guilt trip already.
I told you I'm going to open this on air.
I think you're going to like it.
It feels like a graphic novel.
It's not, but I think you're going to like it.
Well.
Sorry.
There goes the surprise.
But I think you're going to like
it. Oh, shit.
I think you're going to like it.
It is a graphic novel. Oh, it's Dune.
Yeah,
Look at me. I get it. Fuck yeah, Paul Atreides.
Yep.
What is this?
Full on, you get it's like the behind the scenes, like all the photos and stills and.
Oh, dude, this is, give me some.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, bro. Yeah. That's right up my alley.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so wacky. I've been watching like Dune lore videos on YouTube about the House Atreides. I've been watching the new Dune series. I didn't see the one last night, but how about this? I'm into Dune Prophecy, which I'm surprised that I'm into.
I like the first 2 episodes. I didn't see the rest.
I'm past that. I'm up to I think I'm up to the 4th episode.
Yeah, they're on 4 right now.
I'll tell you who's. Listen, there's a few characters I like. I like the Emperor. Is he the Emperor, the bald guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mark Strong. Yeah.
I like him. I like the main witch. Who's showing her background, and Robert Baratheon's her father or uncle.
Yeah.
And I like all that.
The dude from Warcraft.
Vikings.
Yeah.
From Vikings.
Yeah, he's great.
Oh, Ragnar. When Ragnar Lothbrok, I love Vikings. Oh,
People
shit,
love that
man.
show. Yeah, I've never seen it.
Jason Ellis got me. I did his show when I was fighting. You know Jason Ellis?
I know Mark Ellis.
No. Okay. Jason Ellis is a former skateboarder and podcaster. He had a show on Sirius XM. He does a show now with Tony Hawk called the Wolf and the Hawk, or the Hawk and the Wolf, or something like that. Great guy, tattoos all over. He has an amateur fighter. He has some fights, he does some like freak show fights and stuff. Nice guy, but a wild guy, like a wild guy of the skateboarding community, So I was on his podcast promoting something in Los Angeles way back when I was fighting. And it's back when Game of Thrones was on. Mm-hmm. And he was going, fuck that show. Watch Vikings. He was so into Vikings.
People love that show.
And I never gave it a chance. I remember I was in Abu Dhabi and I was stuck in the room. And I had a lot of downtime. I got into it. I went through that whole series. I binged it.
Yeah.
I liked it so much that I texted Jason Ellis, like, I don't know what time, when it was in the States.
Yeah.
I go, dude, I don't know if it was a DM. I don't think I got his number. Or maybe I do have his number. Either way, I messaged him. I'm like, dude, you turned me on. Dude, he's like, I got to look at the message again. He messaged me back like laughing, like, you're crazy, you're this and that. Like, it was out of the blue. You know, and he told me about it years earlier.
Anyway. That's like me with Kingdom now. You told me about Kingdom, and I started watching Kingdom.
I love finding, and by the way, my Island of Misfit Toys, thank you. I've been getting a lot of messages and DMs and stuff about things to watch.
Yeah.
And I'll get it, and I don't want to be all over the place, but I want you to remind me later.
Okay.
Brawl on Cell Block 99.
Oh, is that the one with Vince Vaughn, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear it's pretty good.
Dude, you know what? A fan.
You watched it?
They told me, yes, I watched it with my wife.
Yeah.
She wasn't happy about it.
She didn't like it?
Well, it's not a feel-good movie.
Yeah.
But it's interesting as heck. I clean up my language at a weird time, don't you think?
Yeah, it's your show.
I'd say check it out. I love Vince Vaughn in this.
Yeah.
Interesting character. Wow. Don Johnson's in it.
Don Johnson.
Wow. And I got that from
one of our viewers. That's great.
And Armando, my black belt. He also told me that. Mondo, because he's going to be like, I told you about that shit too. It's true. Sometimes my ADD, people tell me, I'm like, oh, and then I check it out. So anyway, thank you for the book.
You're welcome.
I'm happy to be back. I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
Dean
you watched
Thomas,
the fights over the weekend?
I watched the fights over the weekend.
Yeah.
I did. And then, because I was watching a promotion over in Korea, because we did the fight. We had to watch the Korean Zombie has his own organization over there. Korean Zombie's a UFC fighter, very popular. So he has this organization over there, beautiful organization, as far as production goes. Dana was blown out of the water. He goes, this is, he's like, you know how much that costs? This is, he put something into this. The fights were great. We had a great time with that, but we had to watch that shit at 4:30 in the morning. You're getting wacky Matty right now. Yeah. I'm out of my. This is the guy who off the plane again. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm fucking nuts. But while I was in Tampa, they had the UFC fight card out there.
Okay.
So
where'd you watch it? You watched it at home?
No, I actually made it home.
Oh, you made it home and watched it? Okay.
I made it home to watch the whole main card, which is wild.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't want to have to travel on Sunday. I was there for a few days, and then again, I just got off a plane, back on a plane to Florida. So I wanted to get home to watch it because it's not, So, but while I was there, the main event was Colby Covington versus Joaquin Buckley. And I'm going to get I'll get into details in the fights on my other podcast, UFC Unfiltered with the great Jimmy Norton. So much fun. Available at all podcasts. You should subscribe to that too. Great show. It's all MMA, a little bit of this. You know what I mean? This is just
it's like the opposite.
The opposite. Exactly. Right. So, Colby Covington versus Joaquin Buckley. The fight itself, I'll talk about on my other podcast, but my experience now, you know me, I'm a steam guy, bro. When I go and I do my little adventures, the first thing I ask, and I'm not a prima donna, I just like the fucking steam. Dana does the whole. I'm gonna get into that whole ice bath thing. Yeah, Dana looks fucking great. He, dude, that guy's not anywhere he travels. He finds out where an ice bath is. That whole not polar plunge, the cold plunge shit.
Yeah.
Loves it.
He loves that shit. Yeah.
So me, I'm a steam guy. You know how I start my days. I always start with my steam. I get on the mat. I feel fucking great. So when I'm traveling, I love to get my calisthenics in and get a steam in. So I'm in the locker room. There's only one other dude there, and sometimes you get to talking a little bit. So he goes, "Yeah, I'm in town for I'm with Colby Covington. I'm his his manager. Yeah. This guy's Mark. Nice.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Now look,
he didn't know who you were.
The thing about me, no, he didn't know about me until we started talking. We're in fucking towels. I'm about to go to the steam. Yeah. So, I have a hard time, disguising my feelings.
Yeah.
So the second I heard he was with Colby Covington, I called Colby Covington the C word many times. I don't like the guy, and I think he's very low class. And there's in the fight game, you could have that. You could play the heel, but whenever you bring up family, religion, deceased family members, dude, now it's something else. It's just something else where it's an on-site type of situation, and you're making it more than just sport, And I feel very, I have very strong feelings about that, And I had 4 guys that I did not like, you know what I mean? But there's lines you don't cross. You just don't cross, especially in this sport, where you got guys that are a little unhinged anyway. Sometimes you're fighting in a cage. You realize you're dealing with fighters, so. So I'm talking to his manager, and the guy. And now at first, so he told me he was a Colby. I go, I couldn't pretend
that you like
that. I go, listen, man. I go, you seem like a nice guy. I wish you good luck, but I don't care for him. So I'm not. He goes, hey, he goes, understandable. And the guy, he goes, he plays a role. He's the sweetest guy. He plays. That's what he said. Goes, he's the sweetest guy. I go, look, man. I get it. I get what you're saying, but. For what he's saying, now you're in this sport for so long, only so long, and it seems like when you're in it, it's going to be forever, but it's not. When he goes out, that dude's he wears a fucking wig.
Yeah.
He can't go to places. He's looking over his shoulder.
Right.
You know?
Well, do you feel that Chael was the same way?
He had class with it. Maybe not with Tito. When he went with Tito, Tito with a mic is his own worst enemy. But when he, Chael Sonnen, when he would say stuff like, Chael was witty and funny. And
it's like a comedian, right?
Chael would say something to Anderson Silva like, I'm gonna come over to your house and barbecue. Tell your wife he's not gonna attack his wife, but he goes, I like my steak medium rare or something like. But it's like, and I'm killing his delivery, but it was funny. But it wasn't. Tell my wife I like my steak, like cook my steak. But it's not saying something about his deceased father. There's a line, like he said something about Leon Edwards' father that got passed away. Now, you could be having a family 10 years from now. You're in fucking Europe somewhere. You're in London. You run into this guy. It's still on site. You can't. So I told him, I go, look, man, I wanted to like Colby. I think he's a good fighter. Like, you know what I mean? When he was in Brazil could be a rough crowd to the guys fighting over there. That was crazy after he fought Damian Maia and he was saying this place is a dump. And I still did not. I wanted to like the guy, even him playing the heel.
Yeah.
I go, dude, because he's telling me how much the guy's a sweet guy. I go, look, man, for his own sake, I don't give a fuck. I could not I don't like the guy. I think the guy's a piece of shit, Well, for these reasons I'm stating. I go, but for his own sake, man, I think the guy should just come out and be like, look, man, in his future things, he's got the next opponent. Know what he does? Shit on the guy. Do what he always does. But at the end, you don't got to say, I apologize for what I did. But you know what? I think Leon Edwards is this, that, and the other thing. What I said about his father, I regret that. But, but then still go into him. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? You could be the heel, have a little bit of class.
Well, there's a difference, too, with like wrestling, right? Because with wrestling, because it's predetermined and stuff, you can always say, hey, listen, we want so-and-so, we want the crowd to like them now, so we're going to make them a good guy now.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work like that with MMA because yes, you can play the heel and you can sell tickets, but it's looked upon as, well, that's the guy. It's not a character.
I think, he's banking on it like that, I'm just playing this character, but dude, the stuff he says is just too, guys, I mean, dude, look, Jorge Masvidal, look what he did.
Mm-hmm.
He jumped him in the street. That's because that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with guys that are they are real. Like, you know what I mean? And you fall in love with, like, whether you love their character, their persona, it's usually them. And if anything, they just turn it up a little bit. The worst thing is a forced.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Do they get pushed sometimes? Because you remember, because George, when the famous line that he said to Matt Hughes when he said,
I am not impressed with your performance.
Yeah, did he like?
Well, I think George. Listen, what was he? 23 years old. I mean, I think he was trying to
sell the fight, right?
Sell the fight, and then he got scolded by Matt Hughes in the fucking cage. Yeah, George is just a sweet guy,
right? That's what I mean. That's what you're saying when it seems like forced, like
and then did you ever see him do that again?
No.
I think he found himself and said, "This is the way."
Right.
And I like that. Why can't everything be like the Mandalorian?
First 2 seasons.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yep.
You know what I was watching this morning on the throne, and I was, maybe it was better because I was watching it with just
Skeleton Crew.
No, first of all, we'll get into that in a second. We're all over the fucking. It's fun.
It's all right. That's what we do.
We're catching up. I was watching with the subtitles because I had the sound off because my wife was sleeping. I didn't want to wake her up when I have my iPad. On my Squatty Potty. Can we get them as a sponsor? That's fucking great, Squatty Potty. I was watching fan films of Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit, they weren't bad. I swear to you, they weren't, dude. You think I'm wide off the plate.
No, there's some that are really decent.
There was one with Boba Fett and Barsk. Who's the yellow? Yeah. And they were talking about a job they did at a cantina, and then he's like, "Tell me about it." And they have it was like a cosplay. It wasn't. There was something put into this.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad. I was liking it. I was actually watching it. I watched most of the whole thing, and then there was another one with a girl, a bounty hunter. And, dude, they were cool. I don't know. I'm leaving like kind of a cliffhanger, but they were fan-made films.
Yeah.
Wasn't bad. I was actually impressed It was way better than the Acolyte. Holy
I knew
fuck.
that was coming.
Holy shit, man. They should get these guys. They you know why? These fan-made things, obviously the production's not going to be through the roof, but there was some scenes that were like, I don't know how they do it, but I think the enthusiasm with these people that are doing them makes up for a lot of the quality of it. Like, and the quality wasn't, again, it's not made for a lot of money, but it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. Skeleton, what do you want to get into?
It's up to you. Skeleton Crew, I've seen the first two. I didn't see the third one yet.
I'm probably where you're at. No, I might be a little further than you.
There's only 3 right now.
There's only 3?
Yeah. So you've probably seen all 3?
I'm on the third one.
Okay.
I'm on the third one. I'm enjoying it. It is what it is. It's for the kids. It's like Goonies in space minus Chunk. I wish they had a foul-mouthed little fat kid in there. That would be funny.
Yeah.
But the ones that they have in there, the little alien kid with the elephant-looking thing, and the boy I like, the girls, they're cool. Yeah, I like it. I love the pirate droid.
Oh, the droid's
He's
pretty
cool.
Great. Yeah.
And Jude Law, sneaky. I'm not giving away anything, but I'm liking it. It is what it is. It's
like Treasure Island, right?
It's like preteens type of thing, that type of vibe, a Goonies type of vibe, an adventure. It's space for a younger audience, and if you look at it like that, it's a fun little thing.
Yeah,
I like it. I'm surprised I like it.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like Mandalorian to me, obviously, but it's geared for preteens.
Right, it knows what it wants to be.
It's a fun little adventure.
But it's also it's pitched itself as what you just said. It pitched itself as Goonies, Amblin, but it also has John Watts, who did the Spider-Man movies. He did The Old Man with Jeff Bridges. So I mean, this is a guy who can do. He knows how to make TV.
I'm not hating it.
Yeah,
I'm not. It's one of those where it is delivering what it promised.
I got another one that I know that you saw that we haven't talked about on air yet.
Talk to me.
Creature Commandos.
I'm liking it.
Yeah.
Creature Commandos. Fun. I'm on the episode with G.I. Robot. They get into his
They bring in Sergeant Rock.
Oh,
they brought in Sergeant Rock.
I like the Easy Company. I like his background.
That's Sergeant Rock.
How do you not love G.I. Robot?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a fun character, you know? I'm liking it so far. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot.
Me too.
You know, I give it a thumbs up. I watch when they come out, and I'm going to continue to watch.
Good start so far with
I love Grillo in it. I love Frank Grillo.
Me too. And I was just saying, we both had an opportunity to talk to him. That guy's the best.
Such a sweet guy.
I love Frank Grillo. He's probably definitely do the show.
I'm gonna ask him.
Yeah.
We just went over a list of the people I'm asking.
Yeah.
You know, and they're all people I feel very comfortable with.
Well, that's something.
I feel really comfortable.
Yeah. Well, that's something too. Like you can ask the audience. Like, are there people that inside of this world that you'd want to see Matt talk to on this show?
Yes. Who do you want me to talk to?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk to George. I promise you that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call Quentin Jackson.
That'll be great.
You know.
Yeah.
I'll try Randy Couture. We'll talk. We know the list.
Chuck.
Chuck Liddell. I can hit up Chuck Liddell.
Definitely have Chuck on the
I
show.
like all these guys. Yeah, I'd like to just catch up with them. We're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
Hey, when I was away, let's get into Gladiator II.
Let's do it.
When I was away, I had a great experience. Now, the movie theater experience nowadays could be a hit or a miss. And it could ruin your experience or it could enhance it. This enhanced it. I had a great time. My family's at Universal. Because we're there all week, we do our own schedule. Like, in other words, like a lot of times I'd meet them at the park. I take an Uber over. Because I have to do unfiltered from the condo there. So, on this particular day, I wanted to watch it at the Disney Springs Theater. I'm letting the audience know my whole train of thought here. I wanted a good experience with this, and I went to that movie theater before, and I've seen some other. I watched Dune there last time I was there. Dune 2. That's right. I had a great experience. I had to leave a little early, but I seen it once, and I watched it. When I watch movies alone sometimes, which sometimes I do, it reminds me of back when I used to teach for Henzo Gracie at the Henzo Gracie Academy in Manhattan, where I would do a noon class, and then I'd have time to, and I'd be done, hour and a half, and then I'd have like hours to kill before 6 p.m. where I get my own training in, So for those hours, I'd find, me and maybe a buddy of mine, or a lot of times solo. I'd go to the comic book shop I had over there. I forgot the exact avenue it was on, but I'd have a little spot I'd go check out some comics. I would go often to see a movie by myself, and it was a very common thing. So I had a lot of great memories doing that. So it kind of brings me back to that memory of going to see movies in my 20s by myself in the city. So so I didn't go to Disney Springs. I went to Universal to see the movie there. This is the only thing with that. I had a prior experience. I might have spoken about it. I know I've spoken about it on Unfiltered. I don't know if I've spoken about it on here. With me and I just got married to I was engaged to my wife. No, I was married to my wife. Mm-hmm. We're old school, man. Even when I was engaged, she wasn't allowed to sleep at my house. Serra would get the shotgun out. No, we're old school with that shit. So we were married, and we went to go see the Hulk with Edward Norton.
I think you
did. I tell you the story?
Maybe
I might have, guys. I get redundant,
but I don't know. It might have been on my show where you almost scrapped, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if it was on this show.
Now I don't know where these kids. That was a packed theater, and this was the Hulk with Edward Norton. Not a bad movie. It was good. You know, I wanted to see this fucking movie. You know, and we're there. I'm like, oh, let's go see this movie. It was packed, right, and it was a bunch of unruly kids in this theater, around teenagers.
And this is you in your prime, right?
This is me in my prime. I'm still fighting, you know?
What a bunch of idiots.
And, you know, they were unruly, and they were running up and down the thing. I'm trying to just keep my cool. And then after a while, I'm like, yo, could you find your seats? You know? And one of the little girls, you know, they were kids. They were up to anywhere from kids to like 8, 9 years old, up to kids to like 15, 16. And those kids were like bigger kids, right? So the little girl goes, I want to get my brother. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we come. So now a bunch of other little kids come up. Who said that to my sister? And that type of shit. I'm like, and I'm looking at my wife. I go, this is not going to be good. I'm thinking to myself, like, now look, the only thing worse, a headline is of a UFC fighter beating up a bunch of 16-year-olds is a bunch of 16-year-olds beating up a UFC fighter. So I'm in a pickle. I'm not going to get assaulted, but at the same time, I don't want to smack around a bunch of kids. Right. So I get up and I with my wife and I'm like, look, let's just get out of here because they're starting to surround us, right? Yeah. I go, hey, you know, I'm not, and nobody, and they're like, it's like a swarm of kids, you know, big kids. Yeah. So my wife's following me out and they're all following us out. So I'm like, honey, I go, you just go to the front. She goes like, no, they don't scare me. I'm like, oh, fuck, now I got to worry about her too. So they come out, I come out, and then they fucking dash for the door like fucking bad kids. But that was my experience. That could have went south. So that was my experience with this theater. So I didn't want to go there to see this movie. I didn't want to. So, long story long, I have a hard time telling short stories. I go into the theater, dude, no one's in there. Oh, there's some people up front, up top. I got the second row now. It's assigned seating, which I love. All right, who's sitting where? Okay, there's nobody in the theater.
And the movie's been out long enough.
Movie's been out long enough. I had a wonderful experience. It was like a theater to myself. Right. Some old people
private
in the
screening
back,
room.
Not talking. Nobody, dude. Right? No, I got the second row, but it wasn't one of those second rows that it's up your. It was like my own private theater watching this movie. So when I went into this Gladiator 2, I was excited. I thought it looked cool. So when it opened, I'm not going to get into. I'm not going to get into every detail, but when I started to watch it. I'm like, okay. In 2 seconds, I know who's going to be the main bad guy. I seen fucking the Mandalorian. I saw Pedro Pascal come on the ship with the Romans attacking some village where it's the young, you know, the kid that grew up. His mother had to send him away, of the young prince and his girlfriend. So I'm like, all right. Now here comes Mandalorian eating an apple, kind of cocky. I know the whole movie now. Surprise! Yeah. No, it took me. I went in there 5 minutes into it saying, all right, I got this movie in my head already. I know they're going to fight at the end. And it took me for a pleasant turn. Yeah. It surprised me with the direction it was going. I like, there's certain things you heard, and I'm sure you've seen this on the trailer and stuff. This stuff when you talk about the Coliseum and you hear stories, I'm like, oh, they said they used to flood it and have have battles. They reenact battles with the ships, and they did stuff like that in this movie. And surprisingly, I'm enjoying all the characters. The princes, the two evil princes. I don't know where the fuck they came from.
One of them, do you watch Stranger Things?
Yes. Oh, my wife said that.
Yes. So the one guy's from Stranger Things.
Yes. They were great. You hated them. They had that Joffrey vibe where you're like, these little fucks, you know?
Yeah.
Denzel Washington. I don't know if it was because, did they have rap music in the trailer?
In the trailer.
That's the thing.
One.
I don't know. Maybe that's what was scaring me about this. I will say, when people talk about sequels, is it better than the first? What happens is they destroy it by just comparing it to the first. There's going to be comparisons. It is a worthy sequel. That's what I will say. 100% Ridley Scott, he did this movie. It showed, right? He did the movie. It shows. It wasn't some just money grab, which I thought it was going to be. I love the characters. I love the twist where, all right, you know, Pedro Pascal, he's not just a big baddie. No, this guy's got some morals too. He's gonna put himself in jeopardy. I love it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much. I'm looking to see when it's coming out, because a lot of times things surprise me. They come out quick on you're able to buy it at home. I found myself wanting to watch it again. So, pleasantly surprised with Gladiator 2. Your thoughts?
I like Gladiator 2. I think that you're 100% right, where the thing that I saw the most was everybody was saying, it's not as good as the first one. I said, it's completely different, where the first one is like this really intricate character study, and it's an Oscar-winning film. This movie is a big, epic, made for popcorn and all that stuff. It's sword and sandals and all those types of things. And I felt that it was way more the blockbuster movie than the first one was. And I enjoyed. I thought that the what's his face, the main,
lead,
the main guy,
he was great.
Oh my God, Paul Mescal. He was really, really good. I thought he was solid. I thought Pedro Pascal. Denzel I was curious about because he tried an English accent once in some show, and there's a clip that's going around, and he never tried it ever again.
Well, that's funny. I didn't know that.
You can tell that he was just having fun in this role, and I thought that was the most important thing.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
I will watch it again, and I will recommend it.
Yeah, and then the other one you saw that I knew you would like was Red One.
Now, how about this, though? Another one, surprise. I didn't expect to really like it. And now let's talk about the experience. I did watch it at home with the family.
Right. You paid for it. You would have liked it less.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Krampus is my
Krampus
ninja.
Is great. Krampus
he was great.
He was great.
The bad Santa Claus. I like.
Yeah.
What I liked about it was unique in where it's how many besides Violent Night. Which night is that? Which is the one with the guy from Stranger Things?
That's
Violent Night.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Isn't it called Violent Night?
Might be.
I think you're right.
That wasn't bad.
I'll double check.
But that was almost like a comedy / like action movie.
Yeah, you're right. It's Violent Night.
Violent Night was fun. I enjoyed Violent Night. Where were we? What are we fucking?
You're talking about the difference.
Yeah. Yes. This one, it's like almost like Men in Blackish type of a different world with mythical creatures, and they're setting up this whole like universe of like a different take on Santa Claus and the whole mythical realm. And I didn't hate it. I was surprised where the action in it was cool. Like I loved it. Look, for instance, all of a sudden, and I might jump around all over the place. Well, it's, with Chris Evans as a little fat kid, not, being a little nasty kid, and he grows up to be a nasty man. And he's naughty. Chris Evans is a naughty boy. And he grows up to be a naughty man. And he's not the best father. He's just, kind of a degenerate,
But he's the best tracker.
The best oh yeah, no, he's good at his job. But it has that whole Christmassy feel where it's a little predictable, where the father and son are going to end up, he's going to be a better dad towards the end time. You know what's coming. But getting there was fun. I enjoyed the evil witch thing. It was almost a little horror movie. I'm like, where is this going? It took turns where they're on a beach, and all of a sudden it has like a little creepy feel to it, where all of a sudden a ice cream truck starts coming out of the ocean. And it's like, the way it was shot was like, well, this is kind of weird. I remember going to my family a couple times. I go, this is kind of strange. But then also these awesome, cool snowmen come out with ice things and they're freezing people, and it was cool. The action scenes were cool. I enjoyed it. I liked that there was Chris Evans was his own bit of a badass, different than how The Rock was his powers of being an elf. Basically, The Rock is the bodyguard, the Santa Claus, and Santa Claus, because he's got to hit billions of homes in one night. He's not a fat guy. He's fucking buff. You know what I mean? Yeah, they show him training and having his protein shakes and he's fucking working out, and I don't know, man. I enjoyed it. Maybe I'm just silly. No. How about this? Maybe I didn't expect too much. That's another thing. I thought that there was a lot put into it, where I'm thinking when The Rock's doing these lines about Santa Claus, I'm like, holy shit, man. How's he keeping a straight face during this? But when you look at it like a Christmas movie, you're going in there for a Christmas fun time. I had a fun time.
How much do you think that movie cost to make?
No, I heard it made it cost like $250 million.
It's insane how much movie. Yes,
but you could see that it was the quality of it.
Yeah, but it bombed so bad because of that, and I think that's the problem with it. But I think that you mentioned it up top. I feel the same. I saw the movie in the theater, right? So I felt the same exact way that you did, though, where it was like I was expecting it to be horrible, and I was like, it was entertaining. It was entertaining for sure, and it's generic. But the thing that you said that I agree with, I just wish they would have focused more on the story and less on the action stuff, because the action stuff, some of those things that they did when he's running around on the mountain, and it looks so, for the money they spent on it, it looked a little too CGI-ish for me.
Who doesn't want to see Krampus and The Rock do power slap?
Right.
Who doesn't want to? They do power slap. That was their favorite game.
That was pretty great.
Favorite sport. I loved Krampus. Krampus is like the naughty Santa Claus. He's Santa Claus's brother. Shit. Nobody's seen it, so I'm trying to get people to see it.
That's lore. That's lore, though.
That is lore.
Yeah, that's lore.
I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
But my wife's telling me, no, that's the bad Santa Claus. Yeah. But I thought he was. I liked him. I liked the fight scenes. I liked him coming. I liked his character. He was cool. Yeah, he was. Did the family like it? First of all, yes. Yeah. Everybody. Well, my youngest two, we had to keep getting them off there. Like, hey, it's a movie theater. Put those things down. Playing fucking Roblox when I'm watching The Rock in action. Put those down, kids. Movie theater time. I got a nice 85-inch TV, man. I'm fucking I love that fucking thing. So, but my firstborn enjoyed it. My wife enjoyed it. We all enjoyed it. Yeah. We thought it was better than I expected. The action was great. The characters were fun. It was a fun movie.
It's a good movie to watch in the holidays.
This is what I'm going to say anytime I give my thoughts on pretty much anything, but especially movies. I'm not looking at what it's bringing in. I'm not looking at it how it blows up. I'm just giving you my opinion on it. If I thought it was the fucking Acolyte, trust me, I'll let you know. I'll give you if I just like something or I don't. Red One was a fun movie. If you're gonna look at it like I know Santa Claus doesn't exist and shit, but if you look at it like a fun movie, like teenage boys or preteens or girls, I think they're gonna love this. It's fun.
It was meant originally for streaming, and I think that
is that it?
It was, but The Rock obviously wanted to put it in the theater, wanted to give it the big treatment to get it into the theaters, but it plays like a streaming movie, and I think more people, it's one of the reasons that I predicted for you that you were gonna like it is because most people are saying that. Most people were expecting it to be so terrible, and it was.
Are they liking it?
Most people who are watching it on streaming, I've heard this exact same review. Is that it was fun, it was enjoyable.
Now, did it come out on streaming the same time as it came out in the theater?
No. Oh. It came out in the theater first.
Because I was happy to see that it was on streaming last night.
It only took about a couple of weeks, but you know what's going to be on streaming probably tomorrow is Craven.
I'm hearing not so good things about that.
Bombed bad in the theater, like 13% on Rotten Tomatoes or something.
But did you see it?
I missed it. I was sick. I missed my screening.
And your buddies see it?
Yeah, and they all thought it was terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what they think of fucking Red One?
They probably hated that. Same thing. They say same thing as that. That what I thought I felt the same way that you do. It's like it's an enjoyable, predictable Christmas movie, but it's people were shitting on it. But if you watch that, I think more people are going to be surprised with that one. I think less people will be surprised at how bad Craven is, even though I haven't seen it yet.
So that's coming out though. You said
so. Yeah, it's out in the theater. It's probably going to come out on streaming within the next week. It ain't shit in the theater.
I'm going to watch it on streaming.
Yeah,
for sure. All right, man. Oh,
that's it.
I think we caught up.
Yeah,
We caught up.
We did. We got a lot of, and we're gonna knock out those. We're gonna get a lot of guests.
Oh, I'm so excited about that. And what I'm really excited about next week, Mr. Dean Thomas.
He's back.
Mr. Dean Thomas. My BFF. I have so much fun with that guy. We're going to be doing our favorite holiday movies.
Okay.
Could you guess any of mine?
Yes.
Guess one.
Scrooged.
Okay. Guess two. All right, look, you got me with that. I love Scrooge.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Stay humble yet dangerous. Find your superpower. You'll be finding it. I'm gonna put you off to next year when you're finding your jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
That's your New Year resolution?
100%.
Is resolution?
Yeah.
I said it right?
Yeah.
Why do I always have to second guess myself?
Because of the acolyte.
Bye, everybody.